guys, check this out. Today on the channel, we've got a full high-def smart bird feeder camera sent to us from Dzees to share with you guys here today. Now, we recently featured the Dzees CG6 smart security camera, and this thing was awesome. We also have the CA49 camera, indoor security camera, and that's also awesome. So I'm expecting this bird feeder to be just as good, if not better. Now, we're going to start by having a quick look at the box. Again, the first look at the smart bird feeder right there on the front. We've got some specs on the side. It's got bird species recognition, automatically records, bird arrival notifications, so you're going to get push notifications, rechargeable battery, does have a solar panel, full high-def live video, 160-degree field of view, IP66 waterproof, and this thing works off of 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Anything else to look at here? We got the QR code. Scan that QR code to download the app, which is available on the iOS App Store and the Google Play Store. Now, this QR code takes you to another app, but this is also compatible with the Dzees Home app, and that's what we're going to be using once we get it all set up. And also, this comes in orange and blue. We have the orange model, it looks like. So, we're going to get everything that's in the box here, guys, on the bench. We got everything unpacked, laid out on the bench, a lot of gear included here, so let's get right into it. We have the feeder quick guide. Let's just skip through this quickly. Everything that's included. Looks like we got installation instructions, charging instructions, so everything you need to know to get this smart bird feeder up and running. Even has the QR code, and this is for the Vico Home app. Now, the Vico Home app I didn't mention, but that is actually what's associated to the QR code on the side of the box is the Vico Home app. Now, I won't be using that app because it does say right here it is compatible with the Dzees Home app, which I currently have hooked up with the other two cameras that I have from Dzees. So I'm expecting the Vico Home app and the Dzees Home app to be very similar, if not the same. So there should be no difference in the setup instructions that we'll have a look at in a moment here. And you even get a manual as well for the Vico Home app included. All right, what do we got here? Couple fruit forks, water dish. These are cool. Some hummingbird feeder attachments. So the hummingbird feeders and the fruit forks would just mount to the perch. You got 4 holes here, so you can mount them there if you choose to use them. Nice size perch. Here's the mounting bracket. This is a very heavy duty bracket. Now there's a few ways to install this bracket. You can screw it in directly to the surface you're mounting to. You can use the included strap here, mount it around a tree or a post, and that'll just run through the slots here. You can also mount the camera without the bracket, the feeder without the bracket with this tripod attachment. You get some hardware included with it for mounting. And also, this is how I'll be mounting it, I believe, is with these hose clamps. The hose clamps are going to run through the same slots that the strap would use, but you can mount it to like a chain link fence post. And that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do is use, and we got a couple different sizes here, so I'll probably use these to mount it to my chain link fence in the backyard, which I think is going to be a great spot for this feeder. All right, what else we have here? Now these, I believe, are the perch attachment screws. So we get a couple of those. I believe you only need one, but if you lose one, you have an extra. So that is nice. What else we have? Well, we've got the canopy. Nice, large canopy for this one. Keep everything dry. And in the back here, we have this little cone. So this cone comes in handy if you're mounting it to a post. And you can just snap it together with these buttons on the side and create a cone, which will prevent squirrels from being able to climb up into the bird feeder. So I don't think we're going to be using that in my application, but it is nice to include that. All right, we got this box right here, guys. This is the solar panel. So you're getting instructions, quick start guide. You're getting a template mounting sticker. You get the solar panel right here. Nice long cable on it, Type C on the one end. That'll plug directly into the camera. And then your mounting bracket, as well as the hardware kit. Before we pull in the bird feeder, a couple other quick things. We have the external antenna, and we have this one-sided foam tape. This will wrap around a post. You'll stick it to a post and then wrap the squirrel cone around that so it doesn't slide down the post. And also we have this little tool here to access the reset button. All right, let's pull in the smart bird feeder. So we have your high def camera on the front, your LED spotlight, status light. I believe we have some infrared lights as well here, and the PIR sensor. On the back side, that's where your external antenna will screw into. We have our charging port, so you can charge it through that Type-C port, as well as plug in the solar panel once you have it all set up. Now, if we flip this down, we have a waterproof cover on the top here, which also has another charging port that works, your micro SD card slot, your power button, Alright, we're going to get the camera paired to the app now. So whether it's the Dzees home app or the Vidcom home app, one or the other, if you don't have either one of those downloaded, now's the time to download it, and you'll be right where we are now, where we're going to pair the camera to the app. Before we do that, we should screw this external antenna on. So let's get that on. There we go. And actually, I'm noticing another cover on the back here. Okay, so we've got a waterproof cover on the back, and that accesses this mounting screw here, so you can actually take the camera out, it looks like. Nice. Well, we'll get that plugged back in here. Okay, antenna's on. Now we're going to start a screen recording, and we're going to go into the app. Now, I'm going to be using the Dzees home app, so that's what I'll be using. So I'm going in there, and plus symbol, upper right-hand corner, add new device. And we're just going to follow the instructions here. It's asking us to turn on the device. So power button is on the top here. Power it up. All right, now I just got a little pop-up here, new device found. And there we go. Found it right away. So we'll click on that. And select Wi-Fi to connect to. So guys, for this smart bird feeder to work, you're going to have the device you're setting it up with connected to your home Wi-Fi that the smart bird feeder camera is going to be connected to. So we'll go into my Wi-Fi. I've already got my password input from the other camera, so we'll click next. And it's just going to connect now. So this should only take maybe a minute at most for it to connect. We'll let it just go through the motions here, and we should be connected momentarily.
Connection succeeded.
There we go. You heard it, guys. Connection succeeded. And we're seeing that on the screen as well. There we go. All right, device name. Well, let's just call this smart bird feeder. And yeah, we'll just say it's out in the garden. Device added successfully. Let's start. Checking Wi-Fi signal strength, strong. Now, it is probably a good idea to set this up and get connected in the location where you're installing the camera or the bird feeder. And that way you'll know if you have adequate Wi-Fi connection. I'm not too far away from where this will be installed, so we should be fine. So I'll continue on. Assemble the bird feeder. Follow the instructions carefully to assemble all parts of the bird feeder. Choose a good installation location. Just spoke about that. And set up motion detection and notification. All right. Let's get through here, finished up. Now it needs an update, so let's update it. And once that's done updating, we'll come back. Oh, it looks like we're already updated, so oh, it's upgrading right now. So, all right, firmware has successfully been updated, so we're good there. I'm actually going to turn auto update on. There we go. Back out of there, and let's check it out, make sure it connects and everything is working on it. All right, there we go, guys. Bird feeder is connected. Nice looking picture there, so that is good. So what I'm going to do now is we'll stop that screen recording, and we're going to get everything assembled here, well, as much as we can at the bench, starting with the perch. So for what I understand, the perch is going to go just like that, and then this little attachment screw here just screws on. We'll tighten that right up. There we go, perch is on. Water dish slips into there. We have the canopy. Now the canopy on this one, I did read in the manual that it is a bit of a tight fit. So I'm just looking to see how this goes on. It looks like it just snaps in back. Oh, I see, okay. So we got a couple slots there that it goes into. Okay, that's not too bad. So like I said, guys, nice large canopy. It's going to keep everything nice and dry there. Perch is a nice distance actually away from the camera, so we should get a nice full view of the birds as they come in. And other than that, now we just got to go install it. So we'll start by installing the bracket to the fence. We're going to use these included hose clamps, and it's nice. They've got these little thumb. So it's been about a week and a half since I set up the bird feeder, and we've had plenty of birds stop by to feed out of the feeder. You've seen some of that footage already, and you'll see some more as we continue on with this video. Right now, I want to go back into the app and check out the functions and features that are offered in the app, and also review the settings. We'll start by going into the live feed by hitting the play button. What I really like about this camera is the field of view. Nice clear picture and a great field of view, and with the perch set back as far as it is, we're getting some good footage of the birds. Now, we're in the live feed right now. We can go full screen, bottom right-hand corner. And there we go. You can see what I'm talking about. Nice, clear picture. Field of view is great, and any of the birds that land on that perch are fully in view of the camera. So let's back out of there. We'll go back in the live feed in a moment. Now, let's start with the settings. Actually, we'll start with the notifications. So the far right icon at the top, little mail icon, that's your notifications. So when you get new notifications, not only will you get a push notification to your device if you have that enabled, you also have notifications there on that mail icon. It'll show how many notifications or how many alerts have been sent since you've last looked at it. So looking through here, this is just from today, guys. We've had plenty of action at the bird feeder. Why don't we just select one or two of them here and have a quick look. So it's nice that we can review the footage right there. And this is directly from the cloud. I can move over to the SD card and select the bird feeder. And it's going to be the same thing. It's just going to now connect from my phone here to the SD card. So we'll wait for that to populate. And there we go. Same thing. Just better footage, right? Because it's directly from the SD card. And it just takes a moment to connect here. And then we can review that footage that way as well. Now, another thing I really like about the app here, the app is very easy to navigate. So there we go, we're connected to the SD card. You can actually choose, you can select it, and then you can see the bottom right hand corner, we can download it if we want to. I'm just going to back out of there. I like going off the cloud, it seems to be a bit quicker. Now that's showing footage from all my Dzees cameras there. Let's check this one out. So, yeah, really like it, guys. The birds seem to really like it as well. And what I've noticed, that oversized canopy really does keep the bird seed dry. I have another bird feeder directly across from this one on that back fence. And I'll tell you, the birds are not even going to that one anymore since I put this bird feeder up, because I think the seed is a lot drier. So let's go back to home. I want to show you the settings now. So go into settings. And right here is where you can change your camera name, location, you can change that. showing you some other stuff here, like your camera model. The V5WX is the official camera model for this one. Battery level currently is at 95%. Back out of there. Motion detection. So you can turn motion detection on and off. Just turn it off, or you can turn it back on. You can adjust the sensitivity, low, medium, or high. Your recording settings. Also have sleep. What sleep is puts the camera into sleep mode. You can set up a schedule for that sleep mode, and what it'll do is it just deactivates the camera, so you're not getting notifications and the camera is not recording during that sleep schedule period. I don't need that set up, but if it's something that you need set up, you have that option right there. So let's move over to notification settings. So you can turn your motion detection notification on and off. This is where you're going to get push notifications. So you can turn it off if you don't want to receive notifications, and just easily turn it on. Alright, alarm settings. You can have an audible alarm turned on or a flashlight alarm. I have neither. And the reason this is built in, because this is much like a security camera. It's basically a security camera mounted within the bird feeder. So you can use this as a security camera if it's set up in a location where it makes sense. You can set up the alarms, the flashlights. What I find the alarm might be very useful for, if a squirrel or a raccoon is getting into your bird feeder, you can just hit the alarm, but this is not where you do it. This is just the settings for it. We'll show you where you would activate the alarm in a moment. Alright, video settings. So record, we'll record in 2K. You can rotate your image, your anti-flicker, auto night vision, black and white mode, or full color. We'll put it on full color and light sensitivity level. Backing out of there, continuing on, SD card video. So that's just our footage from the SD card that we looked at a moment ago. Get back out of there, back into the settings. SD card management, this is where you would format your SD card. You can see on the bottom there. Indicator light, so we've shown you there's an indicator light on the front of the camera. You can turn that on and off. Might not be a bad idea to leave it off. I think sometimes it spooks the birds when they see that little light blinking. I'm just going to leave it on so they can, whatever, they can deal with it. Power settings. So I've got it set up for solar panel, but you can set up for just directly plug in or battery powered only. Since I had the solar panel installed, that's what I selected. And auto on after charging. So if for whatever reason the camera turns off, once it's charged up, you can select it like that to enable auto on after charging, which is a nice feature. Okay, audio settings, your alarm volume, you have your voice volume, because it does have, like a security camera, it does have two-way audio. I've turned it right down because, again, I'm not using it as a security camera, but you do have that option. Live audio recording and video audio recording, you can enable or disable those. Then beneath audio settings, we have share. That you just go in there, and that's where you're going to set up your family and friends to have access to the camera so they can view the footage as well. Alright, and then full installation guide built right into the app, and at the very bottom, remove camera. You can delete the camera from the app. We're back into the live feed now, and we're going to review some of the functions and features that are offered in the app here. So along the bottom, we have a few icons. The first being screen record. Initiate your screen recording just by tapping the icon, and to stop it, you would just tap it again, and it saves directly to your album. Next to that, screenshot. Taking a screenshot of the live feed, and then the far right, that icon puts you into full screen. So let's go into full screen, and if you want to have access to the screen recording or the screenshot icons, just tap your screen, and there they are along the left-hand side. At the very bottom is your sound button, so you can hear the sound or just mute it. And then one more icon, far right-hand side, you're seeing the two-way talk icon. You would press to hold to speak, and then let go to listen. If you wanted that option, if you wanted to have a two-way conversation with somebody who's on the other end of the camera there, that's where you would do it. Okay, we're going to get out of full screen, and along the bottom now, again, there's your sound, so you can mute or have the sound. So there's some stuff, I'm hearing something out there. But anyways, we'll mute it. Audible alarm. So this is what I'm talking about. To engage the alarm, you would press that icon. For myself, a squirrel or a raccoon were to get into the bird feeder, that's where I would go to scare them away. It's quite a loud alarm. Now the next icon, magic picks. Turn it on and off, and I believe the magic picks just enhances the color, enhances the footage that you're seeing. And we'll do the drop down more, white light. That's going to be to turn on the built-in LED spotlight, and you can manually put the camera to sleep just by pressing the sleep icon, and then you would just have to, when you go back into the live feed or attempt to go back in live feed, there's going to be an option to wake it up again. And then you can see at the bottom, press to speak. That's our two-way conversation, our two-way talk. Ready to wrap this one up now. Thanks again to Dzees for sending out their smart bird feeder for me to share with you guys here today. Absolutely love it, guys. Great product. I'm going to leave links down below in the description if you want to get some more info or even grab one for yourself. Check them out there, and we'll see you on the next one.